while back, I recorded this video that you see here, and one of the questions I get is, can we create an animation on our logos? Yes, you can. And animating your logo makes your business getting the attention that they need. So today we're going to look at 3 ways that you can animate your logo using Canva and not even leaving Canva at all. So you're going to start by opening a blank canvas, whichever one that makes you comfortable. Open that one and then start designing. So I'm going to just open a thumbnail because the size of it I like. It makes things easy for me. And then you're going to create the first logo. We're going to start the first logo based on the design that I've showed you for a slashed logo. So it's always a nice and a good idea to start by pressing T for text. You can always go to your editor and click on text and add your text. However, pressing T for text is also 100% fine. Slashing your text is a technique that I showed on that video, and since you can go watch that video again to see how I slash it, it's as easy as that. But for today, we're going to be using Fredoka font and we're going to type KG. So you're going to make a nice big letter of KG, and then you are going to cover the KG. So you're going to press R for rectangle, and then you're going to cover and slash it. In other words, just add where you want to slash your logo and where you want it to go through as your arrow. So you can slash it like that, and then you're going to duplicate this slash into a second part and drag it to the bottom, and then align it so that everything is covered like so. And then your text underneath, we need to have a color for that. So in order for us to do that, we can go to our layers, select the text, and then we can change that color to whatever color that you want. So we can use a bright orange or a yellow, or whichever color that you want. And then you're going to duplicate this page so that you have 2 pages. The second page, the position, you're going to select your KG color, and then you're going to have a different color. So it depends on what color you want to go with that one. So maybe we can make it a nice gray, and then this is your page 1 and page 2. So you're going to delete on the second page the bottom section. On page 1, you're going to delete the top section, and then you're going to download these so that you have images. Once you have images, then you are able to go ahead and create the slash. So I'm just going to delete this. I just wanted to show you real quick, but that technique, you can always go find it on that video that I showed you earlier on. What you actually want is the image or the PNG that looks like this. Then you're going to drag it and size it so that it is full, covering the full canvas like that. And then you're going to press and add your KG or the top section. And then as you can see, it's covering the behind G. So it tells you that the background is not removed. So you're just going to click on background remover to take this off. And then this means this one's background is also not removed. Then we're going to take that off as well, so that we have both of them covering each other back to back like this. Then we want to create a space in between the 2 letters. We're just going to click on the top K and then just move it slightly to the side so that it creates a space for the arrow to go through. Then we're going to select the G and also just move it just gently so that it creates a nice space for our arrow. Then we're going to add an arrow. So you can use any arrow that you would love to use. You can even use the fire one if that's what you want. I can just use this one that I've showed you on the example, but the idea is to have your arrow just be at the bottom of the page like that, so that it's not visible. It's tiny and it's not visible, but we are able to animate it like that. I can change my background to a dark color, because with animation black just looks amazing. And then the arrows color we can also change to be the same as the yellow, or any color that you want. I just like that yellow. And then it's the same as that. So now we have your arrow, we have our letters, we have the gap in between. Now we want to cover these two pages so that when we add a match and move, they slide open. That's how this animation works. It works with match and move and it slides open. So page 1 is done. We're going to add that rectangle of ours. We're going to rotate it. And we change the color to black. Rotate it like that, so that it is just at the corners. Great stuff. Then we want a duplicate so that it covers that section like that. So your page 1 is done, and we want to then duplicate the page. So we're going to click duplicate, and then on our second page we're going to click on the shape and then move it just until it opens up the letters on both sides like that. And then we're going to add a match and move, and we're going to adjust it to about 9 seconds or like 10 seconds. And then when we play this, we're going to click on duration just to activate the timeline. The second page, let's not forget to go move our arrow. So this arrow is still sitting at the bottom of the page. So because of the match and move, we want the arrow to slash through the letters like that. So it's very important that the arrow on the first page is the same size as the arrow on the second page. So that arrow, that one, that size needs to be exactly the same as the one on the previous page. So I'm just gonna duplicate this and then add it to my first page so that I can go click on my position and then go to this one that's sitting at the bottom, delete that, take this one that's the same size and then move it to the bottom of the page so that it's just tiny and it doesn't show on your animation, so that it looks like that. When you animate this, it looks like this. If you want to add fire, you're welcome to add fire, and then it looks funky and cool, but that's the coolest way of animating a slashed logo, as you've asked. Second one is not difficult and it's smooth and easy. So you're going to open up your canvas and you're going to change the background and make it a nice dark background. Animation looks really nice on a dark background. And then you're going to press T for text, and then you're going to type the 3 letters that you want to use. I'm going to use League Spartan on my logo because I like that nice big font, but it's up to you. The Fredoka is also cute. So your first layer of the text that you've typed, you're going to have a dark color of that first layer. So because I'm on my community, I'm building a green community of creators, I'm gonna go with green. So it's easy to just search for green and go find a nice dark green as your first layer. Then you're gonna duplicate the text so that you have a second layer. Then you get a lighter green from the one previously, and then you duplicate to the third one and you get a lighter one, and you carry on like this So I have like 8 layers. Now I'm going to go to my position. I'm going to click position and I'm going to go to the bottom logo and I'm going to select it and I'm going to click animate. Canva has created beautiful animations for us. The blur works quite cool. So we're going to use the blur to animate these logos. So we're going to reduce the speed and then just on enter and then animate it just like that. Go to the second one, go to animation, scroll down to blur, reduce it, go to the third one, do the same, go position, animate, scroll down to blur, and then you carry on like that for all of your layers. And the last layer, you're going to animate it as breathe so that it just makes everything look polished. So you're going to scroll down and select breathe and you're going to select breathe out and then just reduce your scale and then you can have a look and see how the second one looks like. And then it breathes like that. Cool, right? If this is adding value, please smash the like button and share the video so that we can help as many creators as possible with all of these cool animation that Canva can do for us. The last one, I was thinking of a hair salon or a hair place that we can animate for. So we're just going to press T for text and it's not going to be a complicated one for the design. What I want to do with this one is to type the name of the business or the name of the salon that we are designing for. So what I want to show you with this particular animation is that you can also page animate, which creates a really different kind of look and feel for your design. So if we do a yellow for this one like we just did, so that it's one icon, and then we want to animate the page on this one. So we're going to select the page and click on animate, and I want to show you how cool it looks. So you can choose the sleek one, you can choose the simple one, you can choose the corporate one, you can choose the chill, you can choose the party. Look how cool the party is. You can seriously have a party and so on. So all of these beautiful animations that are available that Canva has created for us, it just makes our logos look absolutely stunning. I love the party one and I'm gonna stick to that one. If this has added value, please smash the like button, and if you haven't done the slash logo, go watch that video and do the slash logo.